Hello. Honorable dignitaries, respected delegates, faculties, participants, and my dear friends. Namaskar and a very good morning to all present here. I, Dipti Pal, research scholar, Department of Chemical Engineering, feel privileged to welcome you all on behalf of organizing committee to the inaugural session of the International Conference on Advances in Smart Materials, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, ChemSmart 22. Sponsored by Science and Engineering Research Board SCRB and Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO. I now request our chief guest, Dr. Asit Kumar Das, Vice President and Head R&D Reliance Refinery Limited, Guest of Honor Ms. Bijal Matkar, Director Solvay Research and Innovation Center, Professor Pradeep Sarkar, Director in Charge, Dean Planning and Development NIT Rourkela, Professor Rohan Dhiman, Registrar NIT Rourkela, Professor Avanti Sahu, Chairperson, Head of the Department Chemical Engineering NIT Rourkela, Dr. Krunal Gangawane, Convener ChemSmart 2022, to kindly occupy the chairs on the dais. ऑन कहाँ से करना है? कहाँ से रखना है? ऑन है? Hello. Light has served as the metaphor of knowledge to defeat the darkness of ignorance. It marks the beginning of auspicious moments and events. I now take this opportunity to request the dignitaries on the dais to do the honor and mark the beginning of this international conference through lighting the lamp. Flowers are the bounty of nature which express human emotions. They reflect both gratitude and respect. Therefore, I'd like to request our organizers to honor our guest on dais with bouquets as an expression of reverence and affection. To welcome is to honor, to welcome is to establish integrity. On that note, I invite Dr. Krunal Gangawane, the convener ChemSmart 2022 from Department of Chemical Engineering, NIT Rourkela, to deliver his welcome address and enlighten the gathering about the conference.
Good morning all. Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Asit Kumar Das sir, Vice President Head R&D Reliance Refinery Limited, Honorable Guest of Honor Ms. BIOCHEMICAL, Director Solvay International, Director in Charge Professor Pradeep Sarkar sir, the Registrar Honorable Professor Rohan Divan sir, the Chairman of ChemSmart and Head of the Department, Chemical Engineering Department, Professor Abanti Sahu, esteemed participant, faculty members and students of NIT Rourkela. A very good morning to all of you. It is an honor to welcome you all to the inaugural function of International Conference on Advances in Smart Materials, Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, ChemSmart, organized by Department of Chemical Engineering, NIT Rourkela. The ChemSmart aims to bring together academicians, scientists, researchers, and students to exchange and share their experiences and research results about all the aspects of chemical, bio, and environmental engineering. It also provides the premier interdisciplinary forum for the researchers, practitioners, educators to present and discuss the most recent advances, trends, concerns, and practical challenges encountered and the solution adopted in the chemical, biochemical, and material science engineering. So like any other discipline, engineering applications are becoming more and more interdisciplinary. The community of researchers, many with the experience and backgrounds in both material science and chemical engineering, strive to equip the graduates with broad educational foundation, the critical knowledge and skill from which to launch their careers. So I hope the objective of this conference shall be fulfilled. Now I would like to give the glimpse of the program schedule. So the first day morning schedule includes the plenary lectures of Dr. Asit Kumar Das sir, followed by Ms. BIOCHEMICAL madam. So in ChemSmart there are a total of 7 keynote lectures from eminent professors and scientists. So in this ChemSmart we have received around 270 national as well as international papers. And the conference had a total of 18 technical sessions for oral presentation and 2 poster presentations. So it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you, all of you, to the ChemSmart 22. I hope you will have a productive season and stimulating discussion ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Avanti Sahu, Chairperson and Head of the Department Chemical Engineering NIT Rourkela, to share her valuable knowledge and experience, describing in brief our departmental activities.
Thank you, Dipti. Respected dignitaries, Professor Pradeep Sarkar, Dean PD, today Director in Charge, respected Chief Guest Dr. Asit Kumar Das, Vice President, Director of the Research R&D, Reliance Refinery Limited, and Madam BIOCHEMICAL, the Director, Research and Innovation Center of the Solvay International, Professor Rohan Divan, Registrar, Professor Gangawane, convener of the program, Professor Mohapatr, also convener for the international conference, and co-convener Professor Mahendra Chintala, Professor Adhidesh Kumawat, and all my colleagues and my dear students and the participants. Very good morning to one and all present over here. First of all, I would like to welcome all to the Department of Chemical Engineering NIT Rourkela being the host, hosting this international conference on the advances in the smart material, chemical and biochemical engineering. The Department of Chemical Engineering was established in 1963 and it is going to celebrate its Diamond Jubilee in the coming year. And it is a moment of pride for organizing this international conference. In the past also, the department has organized many conferences, workshops. When the other departments were not organizing, the Department of Chemical Engineering was very active and organizing many activities in the national level. And the chemical engineering department has been playing the vital role in developing the chemical education and the research by offering the programs in BTech, MTech, and PhDs. And our alumni are holding the key positions in the national level as well as the in the international level. National level, Mr. C.P. Gurnani and Mr. Srikant Madhav Vaidya are our proud alumnus of the department. So we are very proud of them. And similarly, many other alumni also holding the key positions. And the department is having 16 number of dynamic and the vibrant faculties who are carrying out various research works in the different fields such as nanomaterials, electrochemicals, the waste management, energy, environment, development of the different materials, adsorbents, valuable materials from the waste. So I hope that this will continue further also. And I also hope that this conference on the advances in the smart material, chemical and biochemical engineering will provide the platform to the leading academicians, scientists, researchers, PhD scholars, and the industry people to share their ideas, exchange their achievements, whatever the recent research innovations, and also discuss their practical challenges with the probable solution to be adopted in the field of engineering such as material engineering, chemical, biochemical engineering, which will be very much beneficial for the nation also. This conference also is providing or is going to have the several plenary lectures which is to be delivered by different keynote speakers from the different national and international universities such as Monash University and the Firat University, Turkey, and University of Singapore, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, IIT Kanpur, and many other universities. I hope all the participants will be highly benefited from these deliberations. I once again welcome all the participants to the NIT Rourkela and hope all the participants who have come to NIT Rourkela in person will have a comfortable stay here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Professor Rohan Dhiman, Registrar NIT Rourkela, to address the gathering.
Good morning to everyone. On behalf of our institute, I welcome all the guests and dignitaries on the dais, including Dr. Asit Das, Vice President and Head Reliance Refinery Limited, Madam Bijal Matkar, Director Solvay International, Director in charge, our Dean Planning and Development, Professor Pradeep Sarkar, Head of Chemical Engineering, Professor Avanti Sahu, conveners Professor Gangawane and Mohapatr, co-conveners Professor Chintala and Kumaba, all the faculty colleagues of Chemical Engineering Department, faculty colleagues from different departments sitting off the dais, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I am really privileged and happy to be part of today's inauguration ceremony. And I think so our director sir is not here. So on his behalf, Professor Sarkar and we are representing him. And we are very happy that, you all have come from different parts of the country to attend this conference, which is being conducted by Chemical Engineering Department. And because this is one of the lean period as far as academic activities is concerned, but also a very good weather and season to come to Rourkela, because it's very hard to be here during summers, although we have adapted, but not all of you. So I think so. We are having a series of international conferences in last few weeks, and today also I think so. That is what I was discussing with Professor Sarkar, that again we have to go after another half an hour to another conference which is being conducted by Department of Humanities and Social Sciences in one of another auditorium. And when I was interacting with Professor Gangawane, I was told that, you know, luminaries and distinguished lectures from different authorities in this particular field are being conducted, and we also have offline and online presentations with respect to our posters, and which is a very great sign for the department and also for the institute. With respect to this institute, I think so most of you are aware that this institute was established as a regional engineering college in 1961, so it has a rich history. But in 2002, there were 17 RACs which were converted to NIT. And out of NITs, because right now there are 31 NITs and we are in top 3. As far as engineering institutes are concerned, we are at number 15 and much ahead from many of the IITs, and we are striving hard to be in the top 10 and number 1 NIT. And as far as our student strength is concerned, we are having 8,500 students. There are 20 different academic departments and 350 well-experienced faculties. And our faculty and our officers and staffs, they also constitute close to 300. And we are always in a quest to have reputed faculties from different disciplines, and that is why our faculty recruitment drive is also on, and our non-faculty recruitment drive is also already advertised. So we expect, and we always, we are always keen to have the, specialized and experienced faculties for our different departments, and based on their experience and based on their expertise. So we think like, they will contribute immensely as far as growth of this institute is concerned, and the vision of our present director, Professor Rao. So once again, thank you very much for having me, and I hope you will be having comfortable stay during your this conference, and the deliberations, whatever that will be here, because right now it is the world of smartness, and that smartness is not only restricted to living beings but also for the non-living material, and that is why I think so. If you go through the title of this conference, it is smart materials. So definitely for non-living, living, whatever that smartness is required. So there maybe the context will be different, but the deliberations, whatever that will be taking place here, it will be very productive, and it will go a long way as far as fulfillment of the objectives of this conference is concerned. So once again, thank you very much for all the organizers, chemical engineering family, and they are part of the bigger NIT Rourkela family, and hope this conference will achieve its goal, and all the deliberations will be very productive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we have with us our chief guest, Dr. Asit Kumar Das, Vice President and Head R&D, Reliance Refinery Limited. Dr. Das has 37 years of research experience in refining and process R&D. He joined Reliance in August 2006. He has earlier worked at Indian Oil R&D Center, Faridabad for almost 21 years. He developed and commercialized several processes, namely INMAX, needle coke, Indalin, etc., some from concept to commercialization. At Reliance Industries, he has developed new processes for propylene recovery EPR from lean fuel gases, crude to chemicals MCC technology, carbon dioxide capture and utilization. He developed new additive for the propylene maximization process from waste, plastic conversion, and catalytic gasification. He holds more than 100 national and international patents and more than 80 publications, including 7 book chapters. He has won several awards, including Golden Peacock, Vasvik, Petrofet, ICI, DSIR, DST, and etc. He was the President of Engineering Science in 107th Indian Science Congress held in Bengaluru 2020. Now I request Dr. Asit Kumar Das to please address the gathering.
Respected senior dignitaries in the dais, Dr. Pavitra Sarkarji, Director in charge, NIT Rourkela, other senior dignitaries, my dear students and other dignitaries who have come here to attend this international conference. It's my proud privilege to be here with you. I feel very happy and honored to be invited here and share some of my time with you. In fact, when Professor Krunal wrote to me about attending this conference, I was instantly very happy. And the reason is that I have a very fond memory of NIT Rourkela. I came here when I was a kid. I passed out from, I think, class 10 standard. My uncle used to work here, okay, in accounts department. So I stayed in this campus for almost a month. And I still have a lot of memory. In those days, there are not many trees, as I see here now. I was telling yesterday to Professor Krunal and other colleague. So I do have a very fond memory of REC, and I also know that REC Rourkela is one of the prominent institute and one of the best institute among the NITs. So it was obviously quite a happy moment for me to come here. It's not easy to reach here, but it happened to be that I came to attend also another conference at IIT Dhanbad. So when the timings were quite close, it was all the more, important for me to attend it. And let me tell you that when I come to academics, it's like a pilgrimage for us, Why pilgrimage? Because this is the center of learning. So when you come to these places, these are the places where the nation is getting built. So I really feel glad about it and feel very proud that being from the industry, we still carry that feeling and that respect that these are the places where the future of the country is there. So I feel very good and very happy that NIT has organized this timely conference because chemical engineering particularly is passing through a big transition. You might have observed that energy sector indeed is passing through a transition, and chemical engineering used to be a front torch bearer in the energy sector because it used to produce fuel and petrochemicals and all the heavy chemicals. So chemical science has been challenged many times by other engineering streams, and people might have thought that whether chemical engineering will be as lasting as other sectors. But you know what, chemistry and chemical science it almost plays 50%, and physical science and living sciences are others, because without chemistry it's very difficult to think and imagine how a world can be. The transition will always be there, Today you see the transition. 100 years before we were gloriously, celebrating because the IC engine got discovered, The gasoline engine, the steam engine discovered in 1850s, and in early 1900 you see revolutionary, end of 1890 I believe IC engine got discovered, and then the flights got discovered in early 1900s. So these are the days when the internal combustion engine took shape, and along with that the fuels required for that, and the whole century we have been in that mode. But all on a sudden we have realized that that mode can't last too long, because it has a heavy burden it has created to the environment. And it so happened that what Mother Earth has taken millions of years to produce the coal and fossil fuels and stored as energy inside the ground, we human beings have taken it out in a matter of 100 years and produced enormous amount of CO2 and caused global warming. So this is unsustainable. So one of the transition therefore is forced to us through climate change. And that transition would be obviously asking a lot of development. We have to address a more sustainable way of production of energy. That's number one, is how do we create sustainability. And in that, recycling is an important element. Waste to value is another important element. But nevertheless, you will find a huge amount of electrification going on. So this interfacing of electrical and chemical will take a bigger role. That's what I think is likely to happen. The other is that there would be a tremendous amount of innovation in the borders of different disciplines. I mean, it will no longer be just one discipline oriented development. You will find a lot of smart materials coming up. They would be smarter in terms of I would say amalgamation of three different platforms. You have a physical platform, then you have a digital platform, then you have a nano platform and a bio platform. So these smart materials will be built in terms of digital, nano and bio. Amalgamation of these three platforms with physical world is already taking shape. You'll see different products coming up which are much smarter and obviously much more energy efficient. So that's the second part of it, and the third part of it is I call it social engineering. I have been attending quite a few universities and institutes of late. What I have observed is our engineers and our scientists are very good on subject, but I find it somewhat lacking that they do not connect their learning to the bigger cause. Many people whom I talk to, they express that they are too small to do something useful. Many people express that. There are some who think that they are so big that nothing is worth doing. We need people in the middle. Those who do not think that they are not so useful, and those do not think that they are so big that they can't do anything. So obviously there is I find a disconnect, and that disconnect is we don't connect what we learn from institute and universities, we don't connect it sometimes to nation building. There is a purpose behind it, and that purpose is that we must serve the society in whatever wisdom that we have got collected in the university. And that is where I believe, and I am a strong believer of that social science and humanities, a must-be curriculum, along with engineering, and any science or any other graduate must have a good feel of social science as well. And because that is where we get our life and our work get connected. When that connects with the nation building, you will see a different spirit comes up, that is what my hope, and I strongly believe that that in future our students should be much more socially connected and connected with nation building. Today also they are, but it has to be enhanced. That's all I'm saying. So once again, I thank you once again, the organizers and NIT Rourkela to invite me here and give me this privilege to be here. Thank you, thank you. Wish you all the success.
Thank you, sir. Now we have with us our guest of honor, Ms. Bijal Matkar, ma'am, Director, Solvay Research and Innovation Center. Ms. Bijal is a performance-driven business leader with strong experience in research and innovation as well as process engineering at local and international operational fields. With her mantra of ideas on paper to life, she has inherent drive and proven record in converting innovation roadmaps to business plans while creating a sustainable pipeline of resources and robust teams that can keep delivering results. Her cross-functional and multicultural experience in various roles includes contribution in process design and optimization, new molecules and application, development sustainable molecules and facility supervision and growth, while meeting the customer demands in each subset. Ms. Bijal holds a seat in committees such as workforce behaviors, digital and business, technical optimization, etc. at Solvay. She has held DICE and technical seminars and strategy discussion at various conventions related to chemical industry. I now request Ms. Bijal Matkar ma'am to please address the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you, respected dignitaries on dais. My extended family of NIT Rourkela, I say extended family because like all of you, I'm also in the chemical field and I'm very, very proud to be one of them. All the faculty members and my dear students, a very warm welcome to all of you to this conference on advanced smart materials in chemical and biochemical engineering, ChemSmart 2022. We just heard from Professor Dhiman that there is one more conference that is going on at this moment, right? And what I believe from the bottom of my heart is that a Sanskrit shloka, I would like to take a minute. Vyaye krute vardhata eva nityam vidyadhanam sarva pradhanam. That means the wealth of knowledge is the only one that when you spend, it multiplies. And I think this is the exact aim with which we have gathered today, to share our knowledge, share our experiences, and also look into the forward-looking aspects of the challenges that we are facing today, right? We have only one planet, that is our Mother Earth, that is known to us, which can sustain life. And it is this generation's responsibility to make sure that we pass on the same beautiful planet to our coming generation. Somebody did it for us hundreds of years ago, and it is our important aspect that we need to continue and take responsibility for the same. And the conferences like this, where all of us come together, with our brain power, but also the human touch, is where we are going to take and we are going to deliver on these aspects. At this conference, there have been themes, or there are going to be themes, which are important to both industry as well as academia. So I think it's a good amalgamation of both. And the theme highlights myriad business practices, emerging challenges that the industry is facing at this moment, and also how by coming together through an application-based research, we are able to take care of these challenges of the future. This conference, we hope to delve into new frontiers of interdisciplinary research. So yesterday, I had a student interaction, and I came to know that we have interdisciplinary research where you bring together chemical, civil, mechanical, the core engineering aspects. And obviously, we have all heard of Industry 4.0. We are all hearing of the digital transformation. So I think we are coming together not for only a singular silo kind of a mental approach, but coming together to resolve or to solve the problems that the world today is facing. And not only the problems, let's not talk only of the problems, because the advanced materials or the materials that are present today, they are actually making our life better. So whether it is, the first thing in the morning with your toothbrush and toothpaste and shampoo, to the beautiful cars that we use to travel, and the connections that I think we have. Sitting here, we are able to connect to more than hundreds of students at this moment. I think there is a lot of science that goes into it. And there are good things, but we have to make sure that we sustain these good things. I believe this is a good platform, and I'm really thankful to Professor Krunal and his very, very diligent team. Whatever I have experienced in the last 10, 15 days, the amount of depth or amount of, I would say, diligence that has gone into arrangement of this conference is fantastic. So taking the opportunity and representing them today, I really, really hope that you make the best of this conference in the today and tomorrow, and make sure that we open up, we bring our best foot forward, and connect not only as engineers, PhDs, doctors, not only as NIT industry academia, but as humans of this Solve one planet, so that we take this the legacy of this planet forward for our generations to come. Have a very nice and a safe day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. A conference is a celebration of knowledge. Laurels may add one's fame, but in special cases, they add the thirst to explore and contribute more to the community in this challenging world. And one such personality is Professor K. Uma Maheshwar Rao, the Honorable Director of NIT Rourkela. But due to some unavoidable circumstances, Director Sir couldn't join us in this international conference. We are highly obliged to have Professor Pradeep Sarkar, Director in Charge and Dean Planning and Development NIT Rourkela with us. With all my due respect, I request Professor Pradeep Sarkar sir for his presidential remarks on this occasion.
Esteemed Chief Guest Dr. Asit K. Das, Guest of Honor Ms. Bijal Matkar, Head of the Department Chemical Engineering Madam Abanti Sahu, Professor Abanti Sahu, Professor Rohan Dhiman, Registrar of our institute, Professor Krunal, convener of this international conference, my faculty colleagues of the dais, students, and ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. Professor K. Uma Maheshwar Rao was supposed to be here today, but accidentally I came here. So it is my it is a proud privilege to welcome all of you to this inaugural program of the conference in advances in smart materials and chemical and biochemical engineering. Being a non-chemical engineer, it is very difficult for me to actually understand the theme of this conference. But I have only one relation with the chemical engineering because I started my career in an oil and gas industry back in 2005, 6, 7, 8, those years. And as a supporting structural engineer, I used to design vessels, pipelines, and chimneys, towers, and their foundations. But our job was secured as long as chemical engineers used to effectively and efficiently refine and extract oil. Because you know that those years, 2007, 8, there was recessions due to the oil price was down, sometime it was high. So we got paid high amount of salary when it was market was chemical engineers were doing good. When they are not doing good, we were actually laid off from the company. So I want to highlight that because the chemical engineering means business. And we were like a supporting chemical engineering industry at that time. Professor Dr. Das, he told so many nice things today that now this chemical industry is is facing a challenge, and they have to look back from the traditional way to some other different ways. And I heard some time back that there was steam engines in the railway all everywhere. But then diesel engine came, then electrical engine came later, so dependency on fuel was reduced. And at that time on story, I heard that the engineers who used to drill the steam engines, there were institutes for steam engines, only one steam engine institutes. And they were expert on steam engines, and they were all not useful when this thing changed to other type of engines came in the railway. And at that time, probably IITs and NITs, where a lot of multidisciplinary subjects are taught, engineers came out from there and who dealt this transition. So I want to tell you that our institute, NIT Rourkela, you know that we are doing very good in terms of research, and we are in the top few best institutes. But apart from that, we have here, Professor Rohan told, we have 8,500 students, and we have 21 or 22 engineering departments. So, and also our total employee strength will be quite high, approximately, I think 1,000 plus we have sanctioned position, but not all are filled now. So we are the largest, not only the largest NIT, but we are one of the largest engineering institute of the country. So I hope this institute has the potential to deal with this change. I mean the challenges that not only your chemical engineering, because now seeing this topic, I understood that it is not a job of chemical engineering alone. There are disciplines should come together and solve the problem. Also, I want to highlight one Professor Chopra. We have attended his lecture once, and when we used to teach engineering mechanics to everyone here in our institute, even to life science students. And I used to teach engineering mechanics those days. Then I used to face difficulties to convince the life science students that why they have to study engineering mechanics. So I asked Professor Chopra, who was a ex-director of IIT Kharagpur, and I told him, how will I convince students of life science that they have to be in my class and learn engineering mechanics? And he said that the divisions of this engineering, chemical, civil, life science and all that man-made, we have done. But the problems that the world is facing, they don't know they are in which category. They will not tell that I am a problem of chemical engineering, please send a chemical engineer to solve this problem. So they will be just a problem. And an engineering department or any other science department in isolation cannot solve any problem. So it requires different specializations, knowledge of different areas to solve those problems. So for me to tell this story that we are the best place, NIT Rourkela, to solve these challenges. I mean, at least to try solve these challenges with the help of industrial people, experts like Professor Das, Dr. Das. And as part of, that education, the government of India has now bringing up a new education policy, that is NEP 2020. We are in the phase of implementing that, and where the philosophy of the education is a little bit moving from textbooks to the real life problems. So all our curriculums are we are also in transition to change our curriculums. Even as a traditional teacher, we are sometimes feeling this is going to mess up. But the focus is that we have to develop human resource to be ready for the real life problems. Not usually what happens, our graduates, even when we were young people, when we landed up in the industry, we were not ready for solving problems. We required a lot of trainings, on-job training, to actually be capable of solving problems. So, but now the government policy and our institute's policy is to change from that textbook-based learning to real-life problem-based learning. And I see this conference, this international conference, is actually in line with that philosophy, because I see a lot of industry people here in the dais and of the dais, and a lot of logos of different industries are there in this in your screen. So it gives me an impression that the topics that we are going to discuss in this conference are industrially important, important to the industry people. And I am very proud that Department of Chemical Engineering has taken up an initiative to organize this event where we will discuss industrially important problems. I'm thankful to Professor Abanti Sahu to invite me for this inaugural program. I wish this event success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now request the dignitaries on the dais to release the technical compendium of this international conference, ChemSmart 22. Now I request Professor Avanti Sahu to honor our guest, Chief Guest Dr. Asit Kumar Das with shawl and memento. I request Dr. Krunal Gangawane sir to honor our guest of honor, Bijal Matkar ma'am. And I request Dr. Mahindra Chinthala sir to honor our Director in Charge, Pradeep Sarkar sir. And I request Professor Adides Kumawat sir to provide the memento and shawl to Dr. Rohan Dhiman sir, Registrar NIT Rourkela. Thank you. We have come to the end of the inaugural session, so I request Dr. Adhides Kumawat sir, the co-convener ChemSmart 22 from the Department of Chemical Engineering NIT Rourkela to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Director Sir, Professor K. Uma Maheshwar Rao, Director in Charge Professor Pradeep Sarkar, Registrar Sir Dr. Rohan Dhiman, Chief Guest Dr. Asit Kumar Sir, and Guest of Honor Madam Bijal Matkar, Professor Abanti Sahu, HOD, Conveners Dr. Krunal Gangawane and Dr. Soumya Mohapatra, distinguished faculty members of NIT Rourkela, all participants, volunteers, and dear students. A very good morning to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to propose vote of thanks at the conclusion of the inaugural session, ChemSmart 22. It gives me immense pleasure to thank our Director Sir and Director in Charge Professor Pradeep Sarkar Sir for many reasons. His vision and creative decisions already fetched many laurels for our institute and established NIT Rourkela in the higher echelons of the best technical institutes of India. His proclivity for excellence and unbridled support for organizing national symposiums, conferences, and workshops on relevant subject areas is well known, and we all thank him for that. I am thankful to our Registrar Sir Dr. Rohan Dhiman for rendering necessary cooperation and assistance in spite of his busy schedule. I am thankful to Professor Abanti Sahu, Chairman and HOD, for her keen interest in initiating and organizing this conference. Her guidance proved exquisite to us, and we are grateful to her for the praiseworthy support. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Asit Kumar Das and Madam Bijal Matkar for accepting our invitation as keynote speakers. It is an honor to have a stalwart of their stature among us and sharing their thoughts and experiences among various models. Sharing the same platform with luminaries of their caliber is going to add extra importance to the occasion, and I am sure all student participants are going to be thoroughly benefited from their rich research exploits. I would also like to thank our sponsors SERB, DRDO, L&T Construction, Bharat Innovative Technical Solutions, Aarti Steel Limited, Shri Creations, Mega Engineering and Infrastructures Limited, and Om Scientific and Chemicals for their financial support. I also extend my heartily congratulations and thankfulness to all the conveners and student coordinators of ChemSmart 22. I would also like to thank to all our faculty colleagues of our department for their voluntary and extremely valuable time-to-time inputs. The decisions have always proved to be fruitful. The efforts put in by all the student volunteers of our department are phenomenal. They tried their level best by taking time from their busy academic schedule in arranging everything to the last detail, and I thank all of them. With gratitude, I am thankful to everyone.
Thank you, sir. With this, we have come to the end of the inaugural session. Once again, I would like to thank each and everyone for your valuable presence. I request everyone to please stand for the national anthem. I request you all to join us for the high tea outside PPA. We will resume here after 15 minutes for our first keynote address session. Thank you.